What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 27, and we start today's episode off with a game away at Chelsea here at Stamford Bridge. So a bit of a tough game, no doubt about that, but I came into this game, on the back of 3 games where we haven't lost. We've picked up 2 wins in those 3 games as well, including a very credible point away at Everton. So I came into this game thinking, do you know what, this isn't actually going to be a formality that Chelsea are going to roll us over. Sure, we're sitting in 15th, we've only had 2 wins out of 8 games, but it's not a formality that Chelsea are going to roll us over despite their fantastic side. And of course, in career mode, especially in the last career mode, I never found Chelsea that difficult of a side to face. But of course, I was wary of the fact they would be the heavy favourites and we would find it difficult. But the first chance did indeed come to Chelsea. It was Juan Mata that took a strike here with his right foot, but ended up putting the ball wide of Nyland's post. So a good chance for Mata to make it 1-0 in the first 5 minutes. But for the first half an hour, we were holding on. It was still 0-0. We weren't playing too badly. But in the 33rd minute, you see Hazard beat Edenilson to the ball here. Eventually gets himself inside, crosses it in, and Mata wins the header and puts it past Nyland in goal. So a real shame there. That was a bit of a dodgy goal to concede, really. Edenilson shouldn't have got caught out by Hazard. Mata isn't the tallest of players. I would expect one of my defenders to keep pace with him and manage to get the ball away. But sadly we didn't, and it was Chelsea 1, Millwall 0. So a bit of a shame to concede in the first half here after holding our own for the first half an hour. But straight from kickoff, Jean-Marie does some skill. Ojo plays it out wide to Liam Trotter. Trotter's onto the ball here. Plays it back towards Jack Robinson. Robinson beats his man. Crosses the ball in. What a ball as well. Courtois comes through. He gets nowhere near it. It misses everyone. Comes to Carrasco. Hits the post. And then Jean-Marie hits the post. We hit the post twice in a matter of seconds. And sadly, Courtois holds onto the ball. So frustrating. I thought we were going to level it there. But we didn't. It was still 1-0. But in the 54th minute, Marcelo scores there. That was a really unfortunate goal, man. That's Chelsea's left back, of course, the former Real Madrid left back, who came forward and he just had so much space. He scored. It was a great strike, but still very, very poor defending by me. It's 2-0, and in the 62nd minute, Victor Moses is onto the ball. Rises the challenge here, keeps on going. Just couldn't get the ball off Chelsea, sadly. Mikel finds Victor Moses. He ends up crossing the ball to the near post, and it's a good header by Marcelo. So Chelsea's left back gets 2 goals in this game here, and he made it 3-0. So that was a real shame. I mean, all of the goals in this game for Chelsea at 3-0 here were goals that we should have prevented, really. And in the 65th minute, you see Jean-Marie get played through here. He's all alone. David Luiz is nowhere to be seen. He step-overs around him and ends up putting the ball into the back of the net. So that was a great finish by Jean-Marie. Some lovely turn of pace there. And just before I go on, David Luiz, on career mode, he is so vulnerable. Because, fair enough, on Ultimate Team, everyone knows how to use him and they utilise his pace and the fact he's so OP, but in career mode he is so vulnerable. He always pushes so high far up the pitch, and it makes it so easy if you've got a quick striker to run through on goal. So that's how that goal came about, really. It was an easy goal to score, but it did finish Chelsea 3, Millwall 1, and again, I was just so disappointed by the manner of the goals. Marcelo scored 2. 2 of the goals were near post headers where the defenders just didn't mark tight enough, and that's one of the most frustrating things about it. You kind of need the AI to help you there, and of course they didn't really do much for me, and sadly we did lose 3-1. It wasn't that bad a result. We didn't get completely turned over. As I said, Jean-Marie scored a consolation, which was nice to see, so we didn't go away with nothing. But the manner of the goals we conceded was very disappointed. And this is what I've been saying over the past couple episodes now. The manner of the goals we concede is why we're not as good as we were last year in terms of defensive stability. Last year we had the best clean sheet record in the Championship. This year we're conceding left, right, and centre, and it's because we've got 3 new players into our back 4. Fabricio, Edenilson, and Jack Robinson have taken out Weiser, Robinson, Paul Robinson that is, and Scott Malone at left back. So we've got to sort of adjust to that, really. But it's my fault, of course. My defending's bad anyway, but even so, we need to improve, and I definitely need to pick up a new defender in January. I mean, as much as I like Mark Beavers and he's one of the original members of the squad, we definitely need a new centre back because he kind of lets the side down, really. But anyway, it was still Millwall 0, Newcastle 0 in our first game in the second game of today's episode here. Larson's free kick went wide at Tim Krul's post. I'm still yet to score a free kick in career mode or Ultimate Team. It's so frustrating. But in the 38th minute, you see Kim Ojo beat Mike Williamson here. Ojo doesn't have much pace, but he's got enough about him to keep on going. He runs through, but sadly he hits the post. So what a shame there. Kim Ojo looking for his second goal in the Millwall shirt. Ends up hitting the post, and it's still Millwall 0, Newcastle 0. But on the stroke of half-time, how about this? Haidara goes down the left-hand side here, ends up playing the ball through to Shane Ferguson, who chips it back to him. And I got to be honest, with all the soft penalties I've seen being awarded in FIFA this year, I thought that was a certain penalty, but the referee said no. Fabrizio just seemed to bulldoze him to the floor from behind, but the referee said no, penalty. So still Millwall nil, Newcastle nil. I was very relieved about that one. But in the 69th minute, a great chance for Newcastle. Jonas Gutierrez goes through, and Nyla makes a good save at the near post. So it does indeed finish 0-0. So that was me talking about the fact we can't keep clean sheets and the defence isn't strong enough, and we go ahead and keep a clean sheet. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to take it, right? I mean, you know, that was another frustrating game, really. The ball kind of just got caught in the middle of the park, but even so, I'll take the point, you know, no doubt about it. I mean, that's a decent point for us. That really is, because Newcastle are a very decent side, and I'll take that point. And the clean sheet was very nice to see as well, so there you go. You know, I do still want to replace, obviously, you know, Mark Beavers, you know, not replace him and just take him out of the team. I'll happily have him on the bench, because he is 72 rated, but we do need another first team centre back that is really, really strong, because Fabrizio is great. He's been a good signing, so has Adam Nilsson. Fabrizio is almost at 80 now. He's at 79, which is great. He is, of course, our highest rated player, but I really want a strong centre back partnership. You know, I don't think Fabrizio and Beavers are going to cut it this year. We need to replace Beavers because he's not really getting off the best of starts, which is okay and to be expected because he is, you know, relatively low rated for a Premier League player. But yeah, we'll improve in January. I'm sure we'll get some money from the board. I hope so anyway. Touch wood, but we'll have to wait and see. But here's the squad report once again. A reminder: squad reports come out at the start of the calendar month, as do the league tables. And the squad report's good. We've got a lot of players in the 70s, which is great. And we also see the league table. We are currently sitting 1 point ahead of the relegation zone, although we do have a game in hand from most teams. And yeah, we're in 17th with 10 points, 2 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses from 10 games. And yeah, it's to be expected, really. Like, no one expected us to be, you know, fighting for a Champions League place. But, you know, it could be better, but it certainly could be a lot worse. So for the time being, it's, you know, we're in a position we expected, so we'll have to take it. And the following game was away at Stoke City here at the Britannia Stadium to take on another side that are in the bottom three. Of course, Stoke at the moment are rooted to the bottom of the Premier League table. So as I said in the last game, we had a relegation 6-pointer against Sunderland, which we won by 3-0. This is another 6-pointer. Stoke currently bottom of the table with just 1 win and 1 draw from 10 games. So 8 losses and a horrendous goal difference of -19. This is a huge game. This is, you know, this is a relegation 6-pointer. There's no two ways about it. If we can get maximum points in this game, this will really hold us in good stead for the next few months. So we come into this game looking for the win, but the first chance did come to Stoke, and what a save it was by Nyland to deny. I think it might have been Nzonzi running through there. Brilliant save. This is exactly why I love Nyland. It's an absolutely brilliant reaction save. Sticks out his left boot and gets to it to make it to keep the score at 0-0 here. And in the 8th minute, Stoke come forward. A really good ball towards Breck Shea. Shea crosses the ball in, and Walters gets to the header and makes it Stoke 1, Millwall 0. So Stoke, as things stood with 9 minutes on the clock, were looking for their second win in the Premier League, and they were odds-on favourites to do it as things stood. So a shame to see Stoke go in front there 1-0, and it was all Stoke really, I've got to admit, in the first half an hour. But here you see Wilson get onto the ball, finds Nzonzi. Nzonzi keeps hold of it, keeps going, plays the ball through to Edu. It's a wonderful ball into Wilson, who hits the post, and thankfully Nyland gets to the ball there. And as the referee blew up for a free kick, I actually thought it was a penalty at first. That's why I watched the replay, because I kind of dropped the controller like, what's going on there? But thankfully it was just a free kick, thankfully, and I was very thankful that it was a free kick, because I thought it was going to be a ridiculous penalty decision. But it was still Stoke 1, Millwall 0, but it was all Stoke really. But from the free kick, we get the ball to Liam Trotter down the left hand side. He rolls it through to Brian Carrasco, stops the ball, gets past Ryan's shot and keeps on going, finds Liam Trotter, who shoots, but sadly the goalkeeper pulls off the save. So it's still Stoke 1, Millwall 0, but a very action-packed first half really. But the next chance came just past the hour mark. Shea's onto the ball. He was giving us some real trouble down the left-hand side. Shea cuts it inside to Edu, who shoots, and it's an absolutely superb save by our goalkeeper once again. It's a brilliant stop by our Scandinavian keeper as Edu comes forward, surely to score. It's just a wonderful save by Nyland. What a goalkeeper. We brought on a triple substitution here. Stanislas, Gould and Jean Marie came on for Robinson, Henry and Trotter. Just needed that pace really. All three of those players are really quick, so we brought them on. Hopefully that injection of pace would sort of prove vital in the last few minutes as we bring on these 3 players onto the pitch. And Jean Marie is at the moment still our top scorer, but I like having him as an impact sub. So Jean Marie comes on, as does Stanislas and Gould. And the next chance came in the 83rd minute. It's Ryan Gould, a substitute, who picks the ball up. It's played out wide to Junior Stanislas, another substitute. Stanislas gets past Muniesa, tries to cross it in, it's blocked, but it comes to Ryan Gould, who shoots and finds the bottom corner. So it's his first goal in the Premier League for Ryan Ryan Gould. Of course, he's been taken out of the first 11 in place of Seb Larsson, but I haven't forgotten about him. He does come off the bench quite a lot, and he comes off the bench here to level the score with 6 minutes to go. So Ryan Gould with a fantastic strike with his weaker right foot. 5-star weak foot, I do know that, but even so, it's a great strike with his right foot into the bottom corner. No chance for the goalkeeper. That levels the score. Stoke 1, Millwall 1, and it was the last goal of the game as well. So it did prove to be a crucial goal. Great substitute to bring Ryan Gould on. Great finish that was. It did finish 1-1, so it was a crucial point we managed to get there, because a loss in this game would have been disastrous in, again, what I would call a relegation 6-pointer. So I was very pleased to get a point late on. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please consider leaving a like. That's much appreciated, and likes really do help my channel out, and they only take a second. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.
Bye for now.